remember I'm in the back seat with Alan Hawka.
So you know that we're one of the cars around Neville?
Yes, to land this Mr. Walter Gretzky. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm thrilled standing beside you.
Wow. Take two. Just go ahead and hinge me. Go on now.
They're crafted twin 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to See and Be Seen. Here on Canada's East Coast, we're so fortunate to have so many talented people. Artists and crafters, music creators and movie makers, from culinary delights to sports skills, Atlantic Canada is full of experts in every field. We've gleaned a lot of great advice from those folks, and now we're bringing it to you in our first ever how-to show. With everything from filmmaking to fibre arts, tasty delights to floral designs, golf, music, and more. Plus, we've even got a special how-to TV-free stuff prize pack up for grabs. So I say let's get going. Now, with all we've got on the go, I thought a little energy boost was in order, and no better place to stop for that than Fruition at the Halifax Seaport Market, where Seth Graham and his partner, registered holistic nutritional consultant Jessie Doyle, serve it up raw. And with the emphasis on local and organic ingredients, they've become a huge hit. From salads to desserts to their oh-so-popular kale chips, every product is handmade from scratch in their storefront kitchen, so you know it's deliciously fresh. Time to learn how to make a super healthy smoothie.
Yeah, this is one of our top-selling smoothies, our carrot cake smoothie. So it's the best of both worlds. It tastes like dessert, but it's super healthy.
Love it. Okay. All right. Very good. So, and it seems like not a lot of ingredients.
No, it's totally simple. You can definitely do this at home.
Okay. And now, I asked, are these frozen? And there's a really good reason for that.
Yeah, so we use as much local produce as possible. So we get the carrots from local farmers here, apples locally grown here in Nova Scotia. We wash them, peel them, chop them up, and then freeze them so that when we blend up your smoothie, it's going to be nice and cold.
Okay, I could do that at home too, right?
Totally,
okay,
yeah.
very good. Now, did you do anything to keep it? Because when I freeze or cut an apple, what did you do to the apple? Nothing?
No, we just freeze it like that. Sometimes it'll oxidize a little bit. You can see there it's a little bit oxidized, but that's okay. That's totally
It's
natural.
going in the smoothie.
Exactly,
So
yeah. So we're going to put half a cup of carrots. I'm going to do half a cup of chopped apple.
Any kind of apple?
Any kind of apple, yeah.
What are those now?
To be honest, I think these are Crispin.
Okay.
But we get whatever we can locally. It doesn't matter the exact variety of the apple. You just want to choose local. We can get local apples here all year round in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
So we should definitely be buying local apples from our farmers.
Indeed.
And
Okay,
then
and that's almond milk.
This is our fresh almond milk. So we make this here in-house. It's a cold pressed, fresh, raw almond milk. But if you don't have access to something like this, or you're not familiar with making your own, you can just buy almond milk at the store for sure, or any kind of milk that you want to use is great. So we're going to put a cup of that in.
Jessie's measuring like a real chef, like not really, right?
Yeah.
You're just sort of by eye.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the best thing about smoothies, is they're a really easy meal to put together. You don't need to follow a strict recipe, just toss it in a blender and go.
Very good. Okay, now these are these figs?
No, these are dates. So these are dates. They've had the pits removed,
Okay.
and then they've been soaked in water overnight so that they'll blend up more easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important.
And this is going to sweeten our smoothie, but without adding any refined sugar or too much sugar, because you don't want to spike your blood sugar, and that means that you'll crash later if you're having a lot of refined sugar. So,
I'm familiar with that emotion.
Exactly.
Okay.
So dates are a healthy source of sugar because you're getting the protein with them, and also vitamins and minerals and everything like that.
Okay.
So we're going to put those in just to add a little bit of sweetness. The next thing we're going to add is some carrot cake inspired spices. So here we've got some powdered organic ginger. It's pretty easy to find. You might not be able to find organic in your grocery store, but that's okay. And we're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon.
Okay.
So just a little pinch.
Because ginger is potent. That I know.
It's quite strong.
Yeah.
It's a strong flavor. It's really good health benefits. It's a good immune booster, so it's a great thing to incorporate in the winter. Add 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg.
Okay.
And then for a little extra oomph, I'm going to add a tablespoon of hemp seeds. So these
Now,
are
what's the deal with hemp seed?
hemp seeds are great for a lot of reasons. They are a source of complete protein, and they also are high in essential fatty acids, those omega fats, the good fats that we need to function. And they're going to make our smoothie a little bit more filling too. So they add a little bit of healthy fat and
Could
protein.
this be a breakfast?
Oh, for sure. This is a great breakfast. It's a great snack. It's a great meal replacement.
Wow. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. So we're going to put 1 tablespoon of those in here. And now we're ready to blend it.
All right. Very good. Jessie Doyle, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Now
Thank you
that's
so
a
much.
fresh start. Still ahead on CNBC, and we'll hit the links and learn how to tee off. Plus, we'll head to the Highlands at Cape Breton for a lesson in harp playing and drop by the Loop in Halifax for a lesson in how to pick up a drop stitch. And now, Simple Arrangement 101 with Superstar Flowers, Neville MacKay. Take it away, Neville.
Hooray, thank you. Good day, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever the time it is. Look, there's so many things you can do with so many beautiful flowers these days, and it doesn't have to be extraordinarily hard to do. You just have to use good material. This beautiful bowl. So often I hear from people, I say, I don't have a container for flowers. Yes, you do, my darling. What are you going to put in that? Ritz crackers? No, no. Put some beautiful flowers in this. In this already, we have water that has flower food dissolved in it, because that's really important. So once that's in there, we're just going to take some branches, and just take some beautiful branches that you've cut from the garden, or perhaps have gone for a walk and got them from the neighbor's garden. Always give your stems a fresh cut and put them directly in that water, so they lay directly in that, just off to one side. Now I've got this wonderful wire. Isn't this beautiful? This is decorative wire. You can get this at most flower shops or craft stores as well. We're just going to lay that directly in the top of this, just to give a little bit of color and interest to that design, as well as creating an armature. Now an armature, of course, is a floral or non-floral product that is treated as a crisscross motion to hold flowers in place. So you can use less flowers and still make a really strong statement design. So a little bit of greenery. This is bay laurel. I wish you could smell it. It smells absolutely breathtaking. Just a little bit off to the side, I'm going to put this wonderful big brassica. Isn't this glorious? Brassica. Love that. For those of you who might recognize this as a cabbage, you're correct. But cabbage doesn't sound nearly as exciting as putting brassica in this flower arrangement, does it? So just again, off to the side. A little bit of foliage is going to work. Some variegated pittosporum, just in as well. Hydrangea macrophylla. Gorgeous, aren't they? I said that without spitting. How wonderful. These are stunning flowers. Here's the thing about these flowers. They're a heavy drinker. You know when you have a heavy drinker, give them a good drink or dry them out, but give them a good drink and put those directly in this arrangement, because this is a real strong statement, and this armature is holding them in place. Already it's beautiful, and you've used very few flowers. So now you can get away with putting some things like the hyacinths in, which are going to add just, again, a little bit of a fragrance and a real pop of color to your day. A little bit more greenery just in there. You go right in there. Go in. People are watching. And you know, that's just about it. And you can keep going and going because you have that armature. You can add as much material as you want, or as little. You can make this high, you can make this lower, whatever you want. But look at that, how beautiful and simple that arrangement is. What do you think, kiddo?
And now you know how to make a simple arrangement thanks to Superstar Flowers, Neville MacKay. Thanks a lot, Neville.
You're welcome.
It's beautiful.
Easy peasy.
Such a talented fella, and we'll look forward to seeing Neville in a couple of weeks for our annual spring special. Then, before you know it, all that snow will be gone and it'll be time to get out the clubs. We've had the good fortune of practicing with the pros here on CNBC. To tee things up for us on our how-to show, let's head to St. Andrews by the Sea for a lesson with Algonquin's pro, Jason Porter.
Welcome to Driving 101 with PGA professional, golfing superstar, Jason Porter. The tee, the ball, the man. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Okay, so driving is one of the most important parts of our game when we're on the golf course. And if we can be good with driving the golf ball, we can be good with their scores. So I'm going to start off telling you a little bit about the height of how high you should tee up your golf ball. The old saying goes, you want to tee them high to let them fly, tee them low, they won't go. So when I tee the ball up, if I were to put it low like this to my club face, the ball is going to stay low to the ground, and it will probably lose the ball to the right if I'm a right-handed golfer, and it will slice. If I tee it a little bit higher, just above the club face, like this, I like to call it half and half the ball above the club face and half the ball below it, then this will allow us to catch the ball in the upswing and hit those tee shots that we're looking for. Okay, now what we need to do is we want to set up for our tee shot. And this is a lot of times where people go wrong when they're on the golf course. They'll play this shot just like they do in iron shot, and they'll play the ball in the middle of their stance, like this. With an iron, what happens is we want to hit down on the golf ball with what's called a descending blow. And if we do that with the wood, we're going to hit some pop flies. What we want to do is we want to move that ball for our ball position to be up towards our ankle on our front foot. This is to allow us to catch that golf ball on the upswing so we can get it taking off in the air, the reason why we tee it up, to catch it in the upswing, and hopefully hit that great shot down the middle. Now, the other thing is we all know as golfers that this golf club will hit the golf ball the furthest out of any other club in our bag. And because of that, we usually treat it that way. So when we stand up to that ball, we're thinking, I want to crush it. And that's not good. I don't want to do that. I want to keep myself in good balance when I hit the tee shot, just like I do when I'm hitting my pitching wedge or a 7-iron. So when I swing, I hold my position and I don't try to kill that golf ball. Your balance is probably the most important thing that you'll have to have when making contact while driving the ball. Again, what I want to do is I want to make sure the ball's in the front part of my stance, off my front foot, just inside by the ankle. I'm going to catch the ball on the upswing, and I'm going to have a good paced swing, which should look something like this. And that's how you hit great tee shots.
And now you know how to drive, thanks to this guy, Jason Porter.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Coming up on CNBC, we'll visit Uptown St. John to learn how to crack a lobster and visit a bakery in Burnt Cove for a truly sweet treat. Plus, we'll get some marvelous movie-making advice from one of our favorite NL fellas. For now, though, we'll cross the causeway to Cape Breton for a lesson we learned during their annual and awesome Celtic Colours International Festival. In addition to world-class concerts, community events, and marvelous meals across the island, there are some wonderful workshops with expert players. Ours took place at the renowned Gaelic College, where we honed our harp-playing skills with instructor Jenny Tingley.
This is the closest I've ever come to a harp. Did you know that?
Congratulations.
I've seen them in pictures and in movies, and now here I am with my very own harp. Well, at least for the moment. At any rate, now Jenny, you know your way around this. Am I even close to sitting right?
You are.
Okay.
What you can do is to make the harp your friend and lean it back against your shoulder. Does it come in pink? It can.
Okay.
It can.
Nice.
Yeah. So what you need to do is you sit where you are, but let it come back to your shoulder.
Okay.
And actually, most harps have a magical tipping point where they will stand alone, even tipped back.
Okay.
It's a perfect balance point. However, you don't have to try it.
Okay.
It's too scary.
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's just start with the, I'm looking
for you.
The basics.
The basics.
So
basics would be strings.
Yes.
Hands.
Yes.
Hands meet strings. Okay. And it's essentially the fact that your fingers are going to pass by the strings. You're opening and closing your hand, and the strings get in the way.
Yours sounded so nice.
What you need to do
Yeah.
is to take your hands
Uh-huh.
and put your palms to the floor.
Okay.
Put your thumbs up, because harp playing is a good thing.
Right on.
So, and remember that. Try and keep them up there for now.
And I should have got a manicure. Sorry.
And then I have told people before, it's a bit like milking a cow. I think. I've never milked a cow.
Also never done that.
But I've heard from people who have.
Good enough.
You know, you pretend you're milking a cow, except instead of this way, you're this way.
You're doing this way, okay.
And just squeezing your hand shut very gently, and your fingers are going to close flat into the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Just like that.
All right.
And this is your smart finger, because that's the one that everything, you ring a doorbell, push a phone, touch your iPad. This is the smart finger.
Okay.
This is the rude finger.
Right.
Excuse
It's
me.
not that kind of
It's a
show.
family show.
I'll have to blur that now.
This is the lazy finger, your fourth finger, that doesn't, it just hangs out with the rest.
Okay.
It doesn't want to participate on its own, so you have to work a lot on these. Baby finger, sorry, you can't be part of the fun.
Oh.
Traditional classical harp technique teaches that, no, baby fingers are too short and too weak. They don't get to play along.
Maybe that's why when you drink tea.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. They're keeping an eye on the social scene.
Fair enough.
Anyway, the rest of them, for now, we'll just work on this finger, your
Okay.
smart finger. And they'll just follow along and close back into your hand, like that.
Okay.
And find a red string.
A red string.
Find a red string.
What is this one?
There you go.
It's going to take a while. We'll be right back with more CNBC. Just do it. Oh, you do it so well.
Welcome to a CNB Scene Uptown St. John Chop Chop exclusive Lobster Cracking 101 with superstar of seafood, Billy Grant. Take it away.
Thank you. Okay. If you were to come and purchase a lobster here, you would actually get it like this with 2 elastic bands around it. So you'd simply just cut the elastic off, snap the crusher claw, snap the pincher claw, take your knife, which is, you recommend a steak knife, give it a good hit like this. There it is. Smack it on the knuckle part. Actually, lean your pincher claw to the side, smack it again, hit it there, because the meat's all in the knuckle and the claw. I always do this. I open the tail up, guide the knife down through the belly of the lobster, push, smack like this. Then you have everything all chopped easy. Snap the tail off, out it comes. And there's your lovely tail part of the lobster. And you actually go like this, and there is your crusher claw. Go like this, and there is your pincher. Remember, there's also meat in the knuckle part. I gave it a crack as I demonstrated early. There's the meat. Pull it out. You have one more right here. Out it comes, just like that. There is how you shell a lobster quite fast. And look how lovely that is, and look how succulent that's going to be. Simple.
And now you know a little bit more about lobster cracking. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
He's the finest kind of fella. Be sure to visit Billy's Seafood when you're next in Uptown St. John, and hit our site anytime you want for lots of lobster recipes and other delicious dishes. Oh, and be sure to look up the recipe for corn butter. We got that one from the Algonquin's executive chef Lisa Sorensen, and it's so lovely to have with your lobster feast. It was during our Water Street show that we caught up with superstar chef and author Mark McCrow. That's when he shared his recipe for lobster Benny, so be on the lookout for that one. You know that St. John's is one tasty city, creative and talented too, especially when it comes to film and television. We've had the great fortune of covering the productions and meeting up with the makers to talk about their works and learn about their creative process. It was during our Movie Maker special back in season 1 of CNB Scene TV that we called on St. John's son, actor and filmmaker Mark O'Brien for his advice on the matter.
My advice to any potential filmmakers, aspiring filmmakers, 85-year-old filmmakers, whoever you are, I would always say to, first of all, never be afraid to show someone your work. Because when you write something, you're going to direct something, sometimes it's a very vulnerable experience. Well, it is for me anyway. I'm vulnerable right now. And also, make sure you work with the right people. Because working with the right people can really elevate your project, I find, because if you work with good, like, people who have great morale and stuff like that, just being around them on set or in pre-production can really, really help your film. And working with bad people, well, it just ends up bad, and it's like a bloody mess, and, like, you know, money is lost, and lives are destroyed, and all that kind of stuff. Also, I would say just keep working as hard as you can. I've applied for so many things that I didn't get, or submitted to so many things I didn't get, but if I didn't stop, I never would have ever made a short film. So I say always go for that. And also be willing to put in some of your own money. I've put in money to everything I've ever made. Whether I had some money, no money, whatever. And just to make it that little bit better. And in the end, I think it helps because it makes you grow as a filmmaker and as an artist because you learn something every time. And lastly, read a lot of books. I didn't read any of those. I don't know how to read. Are we still recording?
I love that guy. Matter of fact, Mark just wrote me to say he's been busy writing and developing a bunch of other things right now. And while we've been missing him as Des, now that Doyle is done, it won't be long before he's back on the small screen. AMC just announced Mr. O'Brien has been added to the cast of *Halt and Catch Fire*. Joining the show for its second season, Mark will play Tom Rendon, an IT department head at a law firm. Conservative on the outside, but inside lurks the heart of a hacker. The computer-age period drama stars Lee Pace, Scoot McNairy, and Mackenzie Davis. It shoots in Atlanta, Georgia, so that's a shift for Mark for sure. We'll keep you posted on the season 2 premiere date of *Halt and Catch Fire* and all the other cool things that Mark's got on the go. Now, if you're an aspiring young filmmaker looking for some hands-on how-to experience, well then you'll want to check out Viewfinders, Atlantic Film Festival for youth. It's held in Nova Scotia every spring, and Viewfinder presents the best in regional, national, and international films and programs activities like the Viewfinder School Tour, complete with hands-on media workshops. And if by chance you've already got a short film ready to screen, well, you'll want to enter it in the Viewfinders Film Competition. Youth 18 and under are invited to submit works by May the 1st. The top entries are then eligible for prizes that will be awarded at the special red carpet screening on Saturday, June the 6th. You're enjoying To Love, last year's winner by Isabel Roach. And for more information on the festival and the competition, head to atlanticfilm.com. Time to get some how-to scoop from our friends at The Loop. Located in the heart of downtown Halifax, The Loop offers high-quality, carefully selected natural yarns, fibers, and tools for knitting, crocheting, and felting. They also offer wonderful workshops for every skill level. For those just starting out and those looking for some complex projects, well, you'll find it there. You're also welcome to drop in for some friendly advice, and so we did.
Hi there, I'm Mimi from The Loop in Halifax. And I'm going to show you how to do something that every knitter needs to do at some time or another, and that's pick up a dropped stitch. I have a little piece of knitting here, and there's a dropped stitch right here. You can see it's just sort of hanging in my fabric. If you find one of these in your knitting, you can secure it right away with a safety pin or a stitch marker, and then when you come to that point in your knitting next time, that's when you'll fix the stitch. Now, to do this, it's handy to have a crochet hook. So if you look here, you can see there's a bar of yarn directly above the stitch, and then a bar of yarn above that as well. Each of those bars represents one row of knitting. So this stitch has fallen down, dropped 2 rows. I'm going to need to scoop each of those bars of yarn through the stitch in order to get it up to where it should be. This is stocking stitch that I've been knitting in this area here. So this is knitting on the right side, purling on the wrong side, bumps on the back and V's on the front. In order to pick up a knit stitch like this from the knit side, I'll take the crochet hook, insert it from the front, go under the bar of yarn with the hook facing up, and scoop that bar through the stitch. And then do the same thing again. Under the bar, scoop the bar through the stitch. And now I can just pop that stitch back on my needle, and it's at the same level as all the other stitches on that row. And then I'm going to slip these stitches onto my left-hand needle because I haven't started this row. And you'll be able to see that all the stitches are at the same level and that little dropped stitch is gone. And that's how you pick up a dropped stitch.
For more information on The Loop's products and workshops, visit theloophalifax.ca. Time now to dole out some how-to TV free stuff. Up for grabs courtesy of our great friends at Nimbus Publishing, Elizabeth Pierce's Grow Organic. Filled with easy instructions, illustrative photos, and great recipes too. And then once you've grown them, you can enjoy, you can too. It's Elizabeth's gorgeous guide to canning, pickling, and preserving the maritime harvests. Not only is the Nova Scotian author a vegetable gardening guru, she's a lifelong preserver of food. And this how-to set of books can be yours if you can tell us, what instrument was I learning how to play earlier in the show? Once you know it, hit the website at cnbc.com, click on the TV Free Stuff button, and submit your answer. Good luck to ya, and we'll be right back with the sweetest how-to from Burnt Cove, Newfoundland. Welcome back. We've got just enough time for one more how-to, and it's a classic. It was about 5 years ago when I had just launched the site, and I took a trip to Burnt Cove, Newfoundland for a visit with a family friend and Oceanview Bakery owner, Carmel Boland. Now, we could fill up about 4 shows with all the fun we had, but we've squeezed it down for broadcast so you'll know how to make one of Oceanview's biggest sellers.
You heard about my skill in the kitchen. Right, and that's why we're doing this recipe?
Yeah.
Is that
Something
true?
easy.
Something easy. See, I don't know how to take that except I'm excited to do it, and this is something people could do at home.
Yes.
Am I right?
Very
Okay.
easy.
All right, and it's called
Mars Bar Squares.
Mars Bar Squares. No bake, by the way, which hurts me a little.
Unbaked.
Unbaked in a bakery. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's do it.
You take 4 Mars Bars.
Okay.
You take 4 and I'll take 4.
Okay, very good.
You've got your own paper there.
All right.
And cut these up in small pieces.
Okay, very good.
I cut 4 at one time.
Oh my gosh.
So you just
4 at
cut
one
the
time.
slices like this.
4 at one time. Rookie mistake. Okay. Little squares.
You don't have to be perfect, because they're all going to be melted anyway. So.
Okay. Now, did you try this with any other candy bar?
No.
Okay.
You melt all the Mars Bar Squares thing.
You're such a stickler. That's why you're the professional. Okay. And normally I'm not allowed to be around sharp things. Your pieces are thinner. Uh-oh. I'm in
Doesn't
trouble.
matter, they'll melt up anyway.
All right. Very good.
Okay. Butter.
Okay. Half a cup of butter. Now you say butter, but this is margarine.
I'm sorry.
No, but I just want to be clear, because what do
It
you...
is margarine.
Okay, but does it matter?
Yeah, butter is different. We call it butter, but it's not butter, it's margarine.
Right. For the recipe's sake, would it matter?
I'm not really sure.
Because you've always just used
I've always used
margarine. All
margarine.
right, very good. I'm doing this unsupervised. Okay, you're back. Okay, good. All right.
2 cups of marshmallows.
2 cups of marshmallows. Now these are multicolored.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. My daughter would love this.
Okay, and then you rest those bars.
In here too?
Yeah, in there also.
You're layering, are you then?
Just throw them all in.
Just looking for some techniques here. I'm not always going to be around you, Carmel, and I'm going to be home going, what did she say now?
Then you just put it into the microwave.
Okay.
For 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Take that out. Wow.
Now you got to take the spoon.
Okay.
And you have to stir it gently because there's hot
It's
margarine.
kind of liquid. Oh, that's the margarine in there now. Okay.
It's really hot. You can stir it while this turns into chocolate color.
Okay. Do you want to do it? You can look at. You can probably have that done. Oh, see, there's the pro at work. Do you do anything really? I know this is very healthy, but I mean healthy. Do you do anything healthy?
I'll do some diabetic stuff. See ya. That's my time.
Oh, I thought it was like the hotline. So somebody's on the. We need more cookies. Mars Bar Squares from the Oceanview Bakery. Carmel, Boland, we salute you. Thank you.
Now you can watch this show and all the other great Community One programs anytime you want. Simply click the on-demand button on your Bell Alliant Fibre Op TV remote and follow the steps on your screen. I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on See and Be Seen.